Hi, I'm Lauren.
And I'm Lauren.
And welcome back to You, Lauren, where we provide you with weekly, positive, non-coronavirus related news updates.
As always, we hope our program will help you stay informed, hopeful, and connected during these strange times. This week, IKEA published their famous meatball recipe because they know exactly the kind of content we've been missing in quarantine. For public service, here it is for all of you. To be honest, I gave this recipe a try, but the instructions were in Swedish and I had a couple of screws left over at the end. And now, for everyone's favorite segment, Celebrities Doing Things.
Last Saturday evening, Jimmy Fallon, Jimmy Kimmel, and Stephen Colbert hosted the Global Citizen One World Together at Home event, which featured home-recorded performances by Lady Gaga, Stevie Wonder, Paul McCartney, The Rolling Stones, Elton John, Lizzo, John Legend, Sam Smith, Camila Cabello, Shawn Mendes, and 3 Keith Urbans. The broadcast also included tributes to healthcare workers around the world and inspiring words from former First Ladies Michelle Obama, Laura Bush, as well as Beyoncé, Usher, Alicia Keys, David Beckham, and Kate Windsor's best friend. I can't seem to remember her name, though. If you have time, please take a look at the program at this website. In other celebrity news, Blake Shelton donated $150,000 to an Oklahoma food bank, ensuring that they have enough resources to feed the many desperate people with no income. Thanks, Blake. Back to you, Lauren.
Hey there, I'm sleep-deprived science Lauren, and today I'm going to read directly off my script because we have some big words coming. Blind mice can see again thanks to a new method of synthesizing lost cells. Age-related macular degeneration is a variety of ocular disease that affects millions of people. Researchers in this study on mice demonstrated an alternative to stem cells by creating replacement photoreceptors from skin fibroblast cells via pharmacological conversion, a process that has the potential to be cheaper and faster than stem cells on humans. This can be a game changer in the field of regenerative ophthalmology. Finally, the 3 blind mice can see.
Music make you lose control. Music make you lose control.
Now we have an exclusive interview with Hedy Lamarr. Miss Lamarr, it's a pleasure.
Thank you, Lauren. Danke, Fräulein Schramm. Hello, darling. I was just talking to Mr. Quinn and he told me that Miss Porters had moved all of their classes online. And so, we thought it was appropriate that you would learn a bit about me, Hedy Lamarr. You don't know who Hedy Lamarr is? Who am I kidding, darling? I can't stay mad at you. Come, sit. I tell you all about myself. Well, I was born in Austria, in the capital city, Vienna. Right after the beginning of the First World War, I was renowned, obviously, for my beauty. When I was very young, I met an industrialist, an arms producer. When I was 18, I married him, but he treated me like an object, unfortunately. And what is worse than this is he sold weapons to the fascists, weapons to the Nazis. I could not support a man like that. And so, one evening, on our way to a party, I convinced him to let me wear all of my jewelry. And in the middle of the party, I slipped out, got in a cab, and off I went. Where would someone like me go? A beautiful Austrian woman? Naturally, darling, I went to Hollywood. When I arrived in Hollywood, I became a big star. I made 30 movies. My career spanned almost 30 years. So now I know what you're thinking. I don't understand. Why would Mr. Quinn want us to know about this? Just another pretty face. And granted, I am a pretty face. But I was much more than an actress and a movie star, darling. Did you know that I invented a better traffic light? And additionally, I invented a pill you could drop into water to make it carbonated, but on top of all of that, during the Second World War, living in the United States, I helped invent a frequency modulating system that helped create torpedoes that the Nazis could not jam. It's called spread spectrum. My invention, and I worked with other people, it was not only mine, my co-invention is the basis of modern Bluetooth technology, as well as some of the original forms of Wi-Fi. And so, if you're watching this, maybe right now on a Wi-Fi network, you have to say to yourself, Danke sehr, Hedy Lamarr, danke sehr. And so, darling, thank you so much for stopping by. I wish you the very best of luck. Mwah! Be well. Auf Wiedersehen. Ciao, Lauren. Ciao, Fräulein Schramm.
I am honestly not quite sure if I have the words to describe how much enjoyment that video brought me, but I would like to say thank you for joining us. Research conducted in Louisville, Kentucky, and published in Nature Energy this week by the Columbia University Mailman School of Public Health demonstrates that as coal usage continues to decrease, asthma symptoms and hospitalizations are also in decline. After several years of researching 4 coal-fired power plants, scientists have found that local residents experienced fewer asthma symptoms and related hospitalizations as the plants either retired coal as their energy source or installed stricter emissions controls. Not only that, emergency department visits dropped dramatically along with the decrease in coal usage. That's great news for asthmatics like me. You mean I don't need this anymore? Well, I wouldn't...
Nice.
No, that doesn't mean you...
Wow, I feel free, like a new person.
Well, back to you, Lauren.
For our next segment, a content warning for dog owners. You might want to cover their eyes and ears. Today, we welcome special correspondent Rudy, yet again for the latest on...
Thanks, Rudy. A 99-year-old British World War II veteran raised $22 million for healthcare workers. It started off as a bit of encouragement, a nudge to Hannah Ingram Moore's World War II veteran father, Tom Moore, to keep active in lockdown after breaking his hip 18 months ago. Hannah told him that she'd give him £1 for every length of the 50 meter long yard that he walked. Then they started a Just Giving page and aimed to raise £1,000 or $1,244 by the end of the month. Local media then publicized the story and donations began to flow in. Well, they surpassed their goal by just a few pounds, or, 18 million pounds, which is the equivalent of $22 million in just 11 days. Incredible. Now over to Lauren with the weather.
Thanks, Lauren. Inside my room, home office, and hide away from my family this week, we're looking at moderate temperatures with a 50% chance of showers, depending on whether or not my dad fixes the leak in the roof. Back to you, Lauren.
Thanks, Lauren. In perhaps this week's most important news, a photo of Piper Kerr, a member of the Scottish National Antarctic Expedition in 1904, has resurfaced. The title, you ask? Scottish man plays the bagpipes for an indifferent penguin. For this week's art recreation, a new take on The Last Supper. As usual, here's the original. As usual, here's the new and improved one.
Thanks for tuning into our broadcast, and we'll see you next week.